Practice carefully within your capacity. We are doing Pawan Muktasan series 2. We did lifting the leg up. We did the rotation. Now we'll do the third one, which is called cycling. So you will take the right leg, bring it close to your chest, lift it up, take it forward like pedaling a cycle. Do it slowly with complete awareness. When you're bringing the leg close to your chest, see the pressure on the abdominal muscles. When you're taking the leg up, see how the leg muscles are working. Pay complete attention to what you are doing. If the mind has gone somewhere else, very slowly bring the mind back to the practice that you are doing. And now very slowly reverse the movement and make it anti-clockwise. And then stretch your leg and relax. Just pay attention to your body. See if you can make out any difference on the right leg as compared to the left leg. Can you make out any difference on the right side of the body as compared to the left side? Then very slowly get ready to practice with the left leg. First, clockwise, start. Very slowly cycling motion with the left leg in clockwise direction. Now anti-clockwise. And very slowly stop the practice, stretch your legs and relax completely. Once again, pay attention to your body. How does the left leg feel now as compared to what it was before you practiced? How is the left side of the body now after the practice? Now very slowly get ready, join both the legs together and you will do the same cycling motion with both the legs together. So start the cycling motion in clockwise direction with both the legs. Be in your comfort zone, don't overdo it, stretch only to the extent that you can. Naturally do it. Now anti-clockwise. And then stretch your legs and relax. Once again, feel the body. How do you feel the body in relationship to the ground now? Now you'll keep some distance between both the legs, and we'll do a normal cycling motion with both the legs. Start with the right leg first. When the right leg is forward, take the left leg back. And now reverse. And then stretch your legs and relax. Pay attention to your abdominal muscles. How do you feel the massaging effect on the abdomen now? What is happening to the breathing? Is the breathing expanding your abdomen more? Pay attention. Now, if it is possible, you will alternate. That is, the right leg is going clockwise and the left leg has to go anti-clockwise. See if you can do that. So start doing the right leg in clockwise direction, and when it is going in clockwise direction, move the other leg in the opposite direction. I am not able to do it. Try it if you can. And then stretch your legs and relax. Now we'll do Pavana Muktasana with one leg, then with the other leg, then with both the legs. So, first, breathing in, lift your right leg straight up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, fold the right leg. Bring it closer to the chest by interlacing both the hands and pressing them over the knees. Hold your breath. Now breathing in, come up. Try and bring your nose close to your knees. Then breathing out, take the head back. Hold your breath. Now breathing in, lift the leg up straight. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring the leg down. Feel how the muscles are operating at the back, at the buttocks on the right side, on the legs. Pay complete attention and then rest the leg on the ground. Second round. Lift the right leg up, breathing in, hold your breath. Breathing out, fold the leg, bring it closer to the chest, interlace both the hands, keep it over your knees, press it closer to the chest, hold your breath. Breathing in, raise your head up, try to bring the nose closer to the knees. Hold your breath. Breathing out, go back, let the head rest on the ground. Hold your breath. Breathing in, raise the legs straight up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring the right leg back to rest on the ground. Second, now shift the leg on the left leg. Breathing in, lift the left leg up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, bring the leg down. Hold your breath. Catch hold of the knees, interlacing the hands. Breathing in, raise your head up. Bring the nose close to your knees, wherever you can. And then breathing out very slowly, let the head come back. Now breathing in, raise the leg straight up. Breathing out, bring the leg back. For those of you who are joining us from our somatic yoga practice, Hana Somatics classes, we are just practicing some warm-ups now, and our regular class will start at 7:15. Once again, Ardha Pavana Muktasana, breathing in, raise your left leg up, straight. Left leg up straight. Left leg straight up, breathing in. Hold your breath, hold your position. Very slowly, breathing out, bring the knees closer to your chest. Hold it with your fingers. Now breathing out, bring the head up wherever you can. As much as you can comfortably do. Breathing out, let the head go back. Hold your breath. Breathing in, straighten the leg up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring it back. Sanjana, this is a very good practice for you. Do it regularly, okay? Now you'll do it with both the legs. Last round, only once. Breathing in, bring both the legs up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, bend both the legs and bring them closer to the chest. Wrap it around. With your hands, hold your breath. Breathing out, bring your head up closer to the knees. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly, take your head back. Hold your breath. Breathing in, raise both the legs straight up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring the leg down. Feel the effect of the muscle. Slower than this. Slower than this. Bring it very slowly. Feel the effect on the abdomen. Now just rest a little bit. Feel the effect of what you have done on the back side of the body, on the abdomen. Can you feel increased circulation in your abdominal lower pelvic area? These practices massage the abdominal area wonderfully, improves your digestion, reduces acidity, brings hypertension under control. Pavana Muktasana Series 2 is a wonderful practice, but you are not supposed to do it vigorously if you have any heart-related ailments or you are already suffering from high BP. Now very slowly and gently turn to one side, sit up and get ready to be in a meditative position, be in yogic breathing till we formally start the class. Just expand the abdomen, then expand the chest, then expand the clavicle, take in 4 times more air than you normally take. Then release the clavicle, release the chest, release the abdomen, take it as close to the spine as possible as you're breathing. Continue to be in yogic breathing when I blow the conch. ready to chant mantra Om 7 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting mantra Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. I'm creating 3 layers of protection. The outermost layer, I have 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on my right side, a lion on my left side, an eagle above my head, and a black tortoise below me. Inside of that is a big ring with balls of fire. I am lighting all the balls, allowing a firewall to go up all around me, creating a protective sheet around me. The third layer of protection comes from the subtle energy of mantra Om that I am chanting. Visualize the color coming up from the Sushumna Nadi, pouring out from your Sahasrara Chakra, falling all around you like a fountain, creating a protective energy sheet around you. Take your attention to your Mooladhara Chakra at the perineum between the genitals and the anus for men, at the cervix for ladies. 4 petal lotus, red color. Take a deep breath and chant Om. Take your awareness to your Swadhisthana Chakra at the spinal terminus, coccyx bone, 6 petal lotus, orange color. Increase your pitch, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Manipura Chakra behind your heart center. 10 petal lotus, yellow color. Take a deep breath and increase your pitch. Take your awareness to Anahata Chakra behind your heart center. 12 petal lotus, green color. Increase your pitch. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Vishuddhi Chakra behind your throat pit, 16 petal lotus, green, blue color. Increase your pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Ajna Chakra behind your eyebrow center. 2 petal lotus, indigo color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath.
Take your awareness to Sahasrara Chakra at the center of the top of your head. 1000 petal lotus, white color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Shanti mantras. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamadidastu Ma Vidishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Keep your hands in Linga Mudra, interlacing all your index fingers. Left hand thumb is erect. Right hand thumb and index finger rotates around the left hand thumb. Keep your hands near your chest. Follow me in making your sankalpa. I'm chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra for physical health and mental well-being. Chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health, mentally and physically. All the brain cells and my body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace, my Lord, penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you from the bottom of my heart for keeping me in pristine health, and I promise to put in efforts from my side for keeping the body in a healthy condition, befitting for you to reside inside my body in your effulgent form. If you know the mantra, chant along. Otherwise, just be in the vibrations of the mantra. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Very gently release your hands, keep them on your knees. Feel the effect of chanting and the vibrations around your body. Can you feel any tingling sensations inside your body? Keep your body absolutely steady and stable. In the steadiness of that body, experience the steadiness of your mind. Ask yourself a question, where is the next thought coming from? And observe the blankness that you experience momentarily. Repeat 3-4 times on your own. Feel completely grounded to Mother Earth. Feel confident that Mother Earth will provide for all your necessities of life. Feel a surge of energy coming in from Mother Earth into your body, penetrating and reaching every nook and corner in the body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, giving you a unique confidence to face up to all external situations, be they pleasant or unpleasant. Then very slowly open your eyes, stretch your legs, get ready for Tratak practice. Switch off the fans. If you can darken the room a little bit, nothing like it. When you're ready, light the lamp. Make sure there is enough oil. We'll take about 15 minutes of this practice today. Take off your glasses and make sure that your distance between the flame and the place where you're sitting is such that you can see the flame very clearly. When everybody is ready, we will start. Everybody is ready, just give me a thumbs up so that I can start. All are ready. Wow. Now follow instructions carefully to start with. Just for those who have joined us from our other group, what we are practicing is a series of lessons from the wonderful book called A Systematic Course in the Ancient Tantric System of Yoga and Kriya, written by my Param Guru Swami Satyananda Saraswati. It's a landmark book on yoga. Every aspirant of yoga should actually read that book. We are now on lesson 9. In lesson 8, we introduced Tratak Basic. We are now on Tratak Stage 2. So because others have joined us for the first time, for the first round, we will repeat Tratak 1. After that, we will repeat Tratak 2. Now in Tratak, what are the things that you must do? First is you must be able to look at the flame. So the question is, where exactly should you focus? So there was a question that came up subsequent to the session last time. So maybe I was not very clear in the instructions. Where your wick is, just at the place where the wick ends and the flame starts, there will be a small red dot kind of a thing. Immediately above that is where the flame is the best. So you will focus directly where the wick ends and the flame starts, just at that bottom. And you will continue to look at the flame as far as possible without blinking your eyes. Now when you feel tired, you need to blink your eyes. You will gently close your eyes and you look at the after image of the flame. Initially, when you start, you may not see any after image, but as you continuously practice, you will see a wonderful red or an orange color dot inside, and it will start moving all over inside your Bhumadhya. So try and bring it to one center point, hold it there if possible. So continue to look at the flame as long as you can, till either your eyes starts watering or you want to blink. When you reach that level, slowly close your eyes and look at the after image. When the image fades, open your eyes, look at the flame once again. When you close your eyes, sometimes you may see the lamp, but if you keep on focusing, the lamp will disappear. You will see only the red blob of the flame. It might have an aura around it. That aura could be blue color, indigo color, whatever. When you close your eyes and you look at the after image, observe your thoughts. Don't stop them. Don't fight with them. Just be a passive observer of where the mind is trying to take you. The more you observe, the lesser the thoughts will fluctuate. Just be a passive observer. Pay attention to thoughts. Let the mind not hijack you completely. You be the observer of where the mind is taking you. Wherever it takes you, it is with your awareness. Now continue to keep your eyes closed. We'll slowly introduce stage 2 of Tratak now. We start with the practice called Kayasthairya. So just observe the way in which you are sitting. Is your spinal cord completely erect? Where is your hand? Keep it on your knees or keep it in the center with the right palm on top of the left palm. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Say to yourself, I am practicing Kayasthairya. I will not move during the practice. If you feel an urge to move, move now so that you may not have to move later. Just do a little bit of adjustment with your body, do whatever you feel like doing to stabilize the body so that you don't have to move later. Now feel that your legs are all sunk inside the ground like the root of a tree. From your pelvis upside, your torso is like the trunk of a tree. Your hands are like the branches of a tree. You are as immobile as a tree is. A tree with a solid root, solid trunk, solid steadiness. Bring your attention to your eyebrow center, Bru Madhya, and watch your thoughts. What is the current thought that is going on? What is the next thought that is jumping in? Even before that thought takes root, what is the next thought that is trying to squeeze inside? Just be observer. Like watching a film. You are watching your own mind unfold its own thoughts. And you are only an observer without participation. You are like the audience in a movie or a drama. Just see where all it is taking you. What kinds of thoughts are coming and hitting you. Is it taking you to the past events which are unpleasant in your life? Is it making your mind replay unwanted incidences again and again? Try to tell that I have recognized it, now let go. If you are wallowing in past successes, recognize it and let go. Past is past, whether it is success or failure, it is over and gone. Let it go. Come back to the present and be once again a passive observer of your thought process. If the thought has started going into the future, anticipating unpleasantness, say that you are ready to take the life as it comes. You don't want to be disturbed with unpleasant, unwanted, futuristic thoughts because that is not real. Now very slowly, open your eyes and look at the flame. Continue to look at the flame. We are not closing the eyes. If you blink, blink. Don't strain your eyes. Just let it be gentle. But continue to look at the flame. Watch your thoughts. As you look at the flame, where is the mind taking you? If it takes you to the past, say to yourself that is done and gone. If it is taking you to the future, say to yourself, let it unfold in its natural way. Let me come back to the present. Now, while you are looking at the flame, you will do two things now. One is you will hold your tongue in what is called Kechari Mudra. So you will roll the tongue with the tip of the tongue touching the upper palate as far back in the mouth as you can. And while breathing in and out, you will make a small hissing sound. So while breathing in and out, there is this small hissing sound that comes from your throat, which somebody can hear only when they are very close to you. But you should be able to hear it when you are breathing in and out. So roll your tongue in Kechari Mudra and continue to breathe. Now breathe, be in the awareness of your breath, at the same time awareness of the flame. Continue awareness of your breath, awareness of your flame. If you want to blink, then continue to look at the flame. Keep your eyes steady as long as you possibly can, but don't stray. The moment you feel like blinking, please blink. If the eyes water, gently close it and then open again. If it throws out any emotions, allow them to come out. Flush it out of your system. Now, you are going to introduce a certain imagination and a visualization. As you breathe in, you must visualize that you are pulling in air right from the flame just above the wick, and it is coming straight into your eyebrow center, piercing your eyebrow center, going straight up to the back where your Ajna chakra is. When you are breathing out, it comes from the Ajna chakra, pierces your eyebrow center, and goes straight back to the flame. Keep this awareness going continuously with the Ujjayi breath and the Kechari Mudra. Now close your eyes, look at the after image and follow my instructions. Now you will visualize continuing your Ujjayi Pranayam and Kechari Mudra. When you are breathing in, you are pulling in air from the after image at the center of your eyebrow center and then directly going back to Ajna Chakra. When you are breathing out, it comes from Ajna Chakra to the after image. So the breath is rotating only inside, it doesn't come outside. When the after image has disappeared, open your eyes, once again look at the flame and repeat the process. When your eyes are open, you will visualize you're pulling in air from the wick and the flame, directly taking it to your eyebrows, through the eyebrow center into your Ajna Chakra and sending it back to the flame. When you close your eyes, it will move only between the after image and your Ajna Chakra. Be aware of this difference between the time when the eyes are open and the time when the eyes are closed. Then very slowly start coming to a conclusion of your practice. You can close the flame if you want, or you can put the lamp away. Then get back to regular practice. You can switch on your fans. And of course, you can share in the group how the experience of this extended stage through 2 of Tratak. Now we're going to do another meditative practice. Since we have people who are coming in from our other batch, we will repeat Agochari Mudra. After we practice Agochari Mudra, we will go to Shambhavi Mudra. So Agochari Mudra is called nose tip gauging. So to help to do this, we normally do this. You keep your finger in front of you and keep looking at the finger with both the eyes. And then very gently and very slowly move the finger towards your nose tip, continuing to look at it. Now your eyes are focused on your nose tip. Move the finger away and let both the eyes look at the nose tip. Don't strain your eyes. Continue to look till you can look without blinking. When you reach a stage where you need to blink, then close your eyes. Then open it again, and once again do nose tip gauging, Agochari Mudra. And when you looking at your nose tip, observe your thoughts. Where is it taking you? Is it taking you to the past, events that are bygone? Acknowledge it and say, that is done and over. It is taking you to the future. Say it is unknown. You will take it as it comes. Then try to bring it back to the present. If it is taking you to your success stories, wallowing in your success, say that it is over and gone. If it is taking you to your failures, say that that is past. I am a new human being now. So do nose tip gauging one more last time. Then gently close your eyes. Experience any after effect that you can feel inside the body. As your mind becomes more steady now, is it still taking you to multiple thoughts, or has the number of thoughts come down? Be aware of your posture. Are you tilting your head to up? Are you tilting your head down? Mentally become conscious and try to keep it in neutral position, neither too up nor too down. How are your eyes? Are your eyes in a relaxed state now after the Tratak? Do you feel any sense of relaxation on the eyes and the eyebrows? What do you experience on your facial muscles? Do you sense any sense of relaxation there? How is your tongue feeling? You kept it in Kechari Mudra for a long time. Can you feel any accentuated sensations at the tip of the tongue? As you breathe in and out, do you feel any different sensation inside your throat? Are you becoming conscious of any external fragrances or smells in a more accentuated manner as compared to the past? Pay more and more attention to yourself. How is your buttocks resting on the ground? Do you feel it is comfortable or is it pressing too hard? And now we will practice Shambhavi Mudra, eyebrow center gauging. So once again, relax your whole body, relax your whole mind, and then you start the practice by keeping your finger on your nose tip, and then very slowly raise it up towards your eyebrow center, all the time looking at the nose, at the finger. And when it comes to the eyebrow center, very gently look at the eyebrow center with both the eyes. It must bring both the eyebrows together as though they are joining together when you're looking at it in Shambhavi Mudra. Don't strain your eyes. Don't strain your eyeballs. When you feel like blinking, close your eyes. Then once again open and repeat Shambhavi Mudra. When you're looking at your eyebrow center, pay attention to your thoughts. Where has the mind taken you now? Don't fight with it. Don't try to stop the thoughts. Just be a passive observer of the thoughts where it is taking you. Be aware. Be an uninvolved bystander observer at your own thoughts. Don't tense your eyes. Make sure your eyes are relaxed. Make sure your eyes are relaxed. If you're tensing them, immediately close your eyes and allow them to relax. Shambhavi Mudra should not be done tensing your eyes. Be aware. Pay attention to your eyes. Don't tense them. Last round. Take your eyes towards your eyebrow center. Keep gazing at it without tensing your eyes. Pay attention to the eyes and make sure you're not tensing them. Please remove glasses in case you are wearing glasses. You should practice it without glasses. the very last time, gently close your eyes, feel the after effect of your concentration. As you close your eyes, once again pay attention to your mind. Where is the mind taking you? It can play wonderful tricks on you. So just be an observer. Don't get lost in the thoughts without awareness. Just be an observer. It has a tendency to take you to the past or take you to the future. What is happening, just be aware. If it is the past, let it go. If it is the future, say, I will deal with it when it unfolds. Then you will come to the present. If there are momentary gaps between thoughts, a complete blankness, try to focus your attention on that blankness. That is when you are in complete connection with the cosmos. Our attempt in yogic practices is to try and increase that gap slowly, slowly, slowly. It's generally referred to as Sabija Samadhi and Nirbija Samadhi. First, you take the help of something like a flame or an object to focus your attention, reduce all other thoughts, focus only on the object. Once you perfect it, then you remove that object also and you try to meditate in emptiness without the support of any object. That is what is called Nirbija Samadhi. Very gently open your eyes. There is only one asana practice in this lesson, which is Shalabhasana. So we will first practice Bhujangasana, and Shalabhasana is a good complementary to Bhujangasana. So first lie on your stomach, hands by the side of your chest.
Very gently pressing your hands on the ground, lift your head up, let your eyes look at the ceiling. Feel a nice contraction at the back. If you have any back related problem, then don't go up too much. Keep your height a little less so that there is not too much of pressure on your back. Do according to your capacity. Go according to your capacity. And then very slowly come down. Let the forehead touch the ground. Now we do it with breathing. So very slowly, breathing in, synchronizing the breath and the movement, lift your head up, pushing with your hands, look up. Feel the contraction at the lower back. Look at the ceiling. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly, come down. Come down very slowly. See how that lower back is releasing completely when you are coming down. Now the last round, observe not only the back, but also the front. The front muscles have to stretch to allow the back muscles to contract. Can you feel both these when you're coming up? Breathing in, come up. Awareness at the back, muscles contracting, front muscles stretching. Hold your breath. Hold your awareness. Be aware of your posture.
Breathing out very slowly, feeling the release of both the front muscles and the back muscles. Come down to rest your forehead on the ground. Then very gently turn to your back. And relax. Lie on your back and relax. Observe your body. Feel what is happening. How is the effect of the practice that you did on the back side of your body? Pay attention to it. And get ready for doing the next practice, Shalabhasana, which is raising your leg. We will once again go back on your tummy. We'll do Ardha Shalabhasana, then we'll do Purna Shalabhasana. So on your tummy, your chin is on the ground. Chin is on the ground. Hands by the side of the body. If you want, you can keep them under your legs, in your thighs to give a support to the thighs. You must activate the right side of the abdomen first. So we lift the left leg up first. Lift the left leg away from the ground towards the ceiling. See how the back muscles are contracting to let this lift happen. Hold your breath, hold your position. Breathing out, very slowly bring the leg down, very, very slowly. Feel the effect of the release of the muscles as you are coming down very slowly. Then relax. Take a couple of breaths. Now when you're doing the second round, try and see if you can, along the ground, stretch your chin a little further away. So very slowly breathing in, raise your left leg up from the ground, hold your breath, hold your position, very slowly release and relax. Take your time bringing the leg down, take your time. How high you will go will depend on your own flexibility. It need not go very high. Take it wherever you are comfortable at this present moment. As you keep practicing, more and more flexibility will come into the body. Now one last time, breathing in, very slowly lift your left leg up away from the ground towards the ceiling. Keep the leg straight at the knee, don't bend at the knee. Hold the position, hold the breath. When you're ready to release your breath, very slowly bring the leg down to touch the ground. And then relax. Experience the effect of what you have done. Compare the right side of the body with the left side of the body. Are there any changes between the two? Then very slowly get ready to practice with the right leg coming up. So slowly breathing in, take the right leg up wherever you can take. You don't have to take it too high. Be in your comfort zone. Hold your breath. If possible, extend the chin a little further. And then very slowly breathing out. Very slowly bring your right leg back to rest on the ground. Please remember, if you want to breathe out, you can start releasing your legs even before I can say. Sometimes by the time you finish the instructions, you may want to breathe out. So please start breathing out and bringing your legs down. Don't strain and hold your breath. Second round, very slowly breathing in. Raise your right leg up towards the ceiling, away from the ground. Hold your breath, hold your position. When you're ready to breathe out, breathing out, very slowly, with complete awareness of the release of muscles on the backside, bring the leg down. Last round, very slowly breathing in, allow your right leg to come up, away from the ground, towards the ceiling, only as much as you can comfortably take. Hold your breath as long as you can comfortably hold. Then breathing out, release very slowly till your right leg comes to touch the ground. And then relax. If you want, turn on your back, take some rest, experience the body, experience the right side, the left side, experience how the legs are feeling, how the shoulder is feeling. You have not done anything to the shoulder, but still is there a difference that you can experience? Pay attention. When you're ready, very slowly, once again, turn on your tummy. Now we'll practice with both the legs up. This is a little more difficult than the earlier one. So make sure that you lift the legs only to the extent you are comfortable. First, watch in case you want to watch, and then we'll practice. Chin on the ground, hands either by the side or below the thighs. Both the legs are together. Breathing in, bring the legs up. I'm demonstrating with the lesser height now so that you can know that this is enough. Stretch the chin forward if possible. And then very slowly, breathing out, come down. Those of you who are very comfortable can then take the leg up as much as it can go. And then very slowly, you will bring it back. Remember, this is a little more tough on your back. If you have a back problem, you try and take it only very less or avoid altogether. It might help you if you have sciatica, mild slip disc can get rectified with this practice. But if you have heavy sciatica or heavy slip disc, then you need consultation before you can adopt this practice. Second, if you have any abdominal injuries, then also you should try and avoid this practice. Peptic ulcer, tuberculosis, in all those cases, you better avoid. If you have any thrombosis of the heart, or if you have very high blood pressure, then also don't take the leg up very much, only marginally from the ground. Otherwise, it can accentuate the strain on the heart. So be very, very careful. Be observant of your own self and reduce the height the moment you feel any discomfort. You don't have to try and raise it too high. That is not important. Keeping the legs straight is important. Allowing the legs to come down very slowly is important. So get ready, very slowly breathing in, lift the legs up, away from the ground, both the legs together, keep them together. Take them only as far as you can comfortably take. Don't strain. Don't take it too high if you're uncomfortable. Bring it down very, very slowly. Bring it down very, very slowly. Bring it down very, very slowly. Feel the effect when you're coming down very slowly. One last round. Breathing in. Raise both the legs up, away from the ground, towards the ceiling. Only to the extent you can comfortably take, hold your breath, hold your position. As you are breathing out, release the legs very slowly, feeling the effect of the release on your body as you are bringing the legs down to the ground. Once you've completed the posture, turn to your back, feel the effect of what you have done. What changes can you experience on your back now after performing the asana on both the legs as compared to what you did when you did only one side at a time? And then very gently turn to one side, sit up in a meditative posture for closure. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting Om, creating protective energy field around me that keeps me protected against all external negative influences, antibodies and viruses. We'll chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath. Shanti mantras. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Triambakam Vijamaghe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Rub your hands when they are warm, then keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into your eyes. Then gently open the eyes, be observant of colors you see. Very slowly release your hands. Hari Om Tat Sat. Have a great weekend. Aruna and Vijay Lakshmi, will you please stay back? All the others can quit. Only Aruna and Vijay Lakshmi will stay back. All the others can quit. I'll put you in a breakout room if possible.